Before we start, viewer discretion is strongly advised. This video is meant for educational and entertainment purposes only. Picture this. Jay-Z walks into a federal courtroom like he's about to drop a surprise album, and instead drops a bombshell that makes even the judge clutch her invisible wig. He locks eyes with Diddy and says, "Dead serious? I'm not taking the fall for you." Screech! You could hear the air get sucked out the room like someone unplugged the whole trial. Cassie leans in. Reporters freeze mid-keystroke. And Diddy? Baby was shook. Man blinked like Jay had just resurrected Tupac to testify. And get this, Jay-Z didn't even have a lawyer next to him. No Beyonce in the back, no Rock Nation glam squad, just him, a folder full of receipts, and a voice that said, "The truth don't need a beat." This wasn't a testimony. This was a legal diss track, and Diddy was about to get ethered. Okay, so boom, we're mid-trial. Diddy is already in hot water, so scalding it might legally qualify as holy. The allegations, disturbing. The vibes, immaculately cursed. But nobody was ready for Jay-Z to strut into that courtroom like a mixtape in human form. Uninvited, unbothered, and unfreaking missable. No advanced press, no whispers, no leaks. This man popped in like a jump scare. And baby, the way the room changed? Chills. One courtroom sketch artist literally had to switch pencils. Cassie leaned forward like someone just said, "And here's the tea." Diddy blinked so hard you could hear his thoughts buffering. Jay wasn't on the witness list. He wasn't supposed to be anywhere near this mess. But then, surprise, he asked to testify, and the court was like, "Transparency, baby." Translation, let the mess commence. He walks up to the stand, takes the oath, stares down the entire room like it owes him streaming royalties. Then he says it, "I'm not taking the fall for you." And the internet exploded. Now, this wasn't some subtle denial or cute PR line. This was Jay-Z going full courtroom savage, and he came with documents. Like literally, receipts, flight records, hotel bookings, timestamps, texts. This man said, "I don't just have an alibi, I have a PDF." Let's rewind this tape and hit play on the mess. So here's what was bubbling under the surface. Diddy's being accused of running some extremely off-the-books, invite-only, phone-confiscated, NDAs on the table freak show events. Think Eyes Wide Shut meets TMZ meets hella lawsuits. And Jay-Z's name? Getting dragged into the mess by association. Allegedly, he was spotted at one of Diddy's freak-off parties in 2015. Allegedly, he was seen in Miami with Beyonce and LeBron in a room with a latex-masked man on a velvet pillow. Allegedly, he was in deep. And Jay-Z, not having it. He said, "Yeah, I went to Diddy events. But let's be clear, there are parties and then there are parties." Chills. He explained that he saw some weird things. Curtains blocking off rooms, phones being taken, people wearing masks. But he never stepped into those back rooms, never signed anything, never participated. He told the jury he once left a party early because, quote, "I didn't want my name attached to whatever that was." The prosecution was like, "Okay, cool story. But here's a photo of you standing next to Diddy and Beyonce while a latex-masked man is kneeling on a velvet pillow." Jay-Z. Silence. Then he hits him with, "I was told it was performance art. I didn't laugh. I didn't stay." Then Jay-Z drops the most spine-chilling tea of the day. He says that in 2018, Diddy called him nervous, shook, pressed. "They're coming for me," Diddy allegedly said. "You gotta be careful who you stand next to." Jay-Z says he asked him point blank, "Did you do anything I can't come back from?" And Diddy's alleged reply, "It's just parties, Jay, just experiences. Nobody gets hurt unless they want to." Whoa. That was the moment, Jay says, that he backed off, stopped attending Revolt events, canceled collabs, told his Rock Nation team, "Distance," immediately. And then, Jay-Z's legal team got an email warning that old NDAs could be used against anyone who had ever been present, even if they hadn't participated. Jay saw the writing on the wall and said, "Not I, Satan." Now this part, whew, Jay pulled out more documents than an IRS audit. When the prosecution brought up that infamous Miami party at Gloria Estefan's mansion, yep, that Gloria Estefan, Jay-Z said, "I've never in my life been to Gloria Estefan's house. Not in Miami, not in anywhere." Boom. Folded timeline. He backed it up with security detail logs, event schedules, guest lists, his own damn speech transcript, a photo with the mayor of LA from that same night. The judge had the clerk confirm the timeline. It all checked out. Jay-Z wasn't just telling the truth, he was Google Calendar synced with it. But here's where Jay really went off script. He turned to the jury and said, "I knew something wasn't right. I didn't know the full picture, but I knew enough to walk away." And that line, that's the one that hit different. Because it wasn't denial. It was accountability, with distance. He wasn't saying, "I didn't know." He was saying, "I knew just enough to dip." Now, is that admirable or just strategic? TikTok will decide. So Jay-Z finishes testifying, right? Mic dropped, suit unwrinkled, room shaken. But as soon as he stepped off that witness stand, the world outside the courtroom caught fire. Like, baby, we're talking Beyonce trending, Cassie side-eyeing, and the entire internet spiraling into who said what and who was where. And first, let's talk about the moment that literally made people clutch their pearls. Blue Ivy's old enough to read headlines now. She asked me what a freak-off was. That's not something a father should have to explain. "Hello?" You could hear the collective gasp from the Bayhive echo across all 5 boroughs. Reporters dropped their lattes. Twitter turned into a crime scene. And TikTok? Baby, you already know there were 47 reaction videos within the hour, titled "Blue Ivy Said What Now?" Jay-Z went full dad mode, full protector, full "y'all not about to drag my daughter into your mess" energy. But wait. Then he pulled out the flight receipts, the hotel bills, the Paris anniversary photos, the literal time-stamped selfie with Beyonce outside the Hotel Plaza Athénée. Jay-Z said, "You claim I was at a freak-off in Miami? Babe, I was eating macarons in France with my wife." Boom. Case closed. Move over FBI. Nah, social media turned into a digital war zone. Team Jay-Z? He came with receipts. This was grown man testimony. Protect Blue Ivy at all costs. Team Skeptic? He's just protecting the brand. Too calm, too polished. Something's off. Where there's brunch, there's smoke. And then, enter stage left. The pettiest man alive. 50 Cent. Because of course 50 Cent couldn't mind his business for 5 seconds. He hops on Instagram, posts a pic of Jay-Z on the witness stand with the caption, "Nice performance, but we ain't forgot them brunches, my guy." Instant viral. Petty points, 10 out of 10. Shade level, solar eclipse. The internet ate it up. Comments ranged from 50 stay with the drive-by memes. Why is this man the court jester of hip-hop? Not the brunch shade again. And guess what? That brunch theory resurfaced. You know the one, where Diddy allegedly hosted power-brokering networking events that just so happened to involve everything but LinkedIn. Suddenly everyone was rewatching old Rock Nation brunch clips like they were decoding the Zapruder film. Is that Usher blinking in Morse code? Why is Kevin Hart so sweaty? Wait, is that Justin Bieber next to a velvet curtain? The theories flooded. Her publicist, no comment. The Hive, armed and dangerous. But the timing, whoa. Right after Jay testified, Beyonce's team dropped a carousel of Paris photos. No caption, no explanation, just vibes. Translation, we were booked and bougie, not freaky and felonious. Fans dubbed it the Paris alibi aesthetic drop. Trend forecast, neutral tones, legal receipts, and unbothered glam. Throughout the entire Jay-Z testimony, Cassie sat there like the main character in a murder mystery who already knows who did it. When Jay mentioned Blue Ivy, she looked up. Not in empathy, not in support, in calculation. Like, cute speech, still sus. One former Bad Boy intern even whispered to press during recess. He says he didn't see anything. Maybe he didn't. Or maybe he just looked away. Oof, not looked away. That line cut like lace-front scissors. Back at Rock Nation HQ, the energy was described as tense but moisturized. No public statements, no tweets, just damage control happening faster than a publicist can whisper, "We're pivoting." Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, aka the guy who probably sleeps with 2 NDAs under his pillow, gave a quick statement. Mr. Carter testified truthfully and courageously. We stand by his integrity. Legal translation, we said what we said. Y'all can stay mad. TMZ, Page 6, Complex, The New York Times. Yes, even the classy girls. All dropped deep dives, explainer threads, and what Jay-Z's testimony really means think pieces within hours. BuzzFeed even dropped a quiz. Which Jay-Z courtroom moment are you based on your rising sign? Instagram gossip accounts like Dumois, Pop Factions, and fake showbiz facts posted so fast, they probably hadn't even watched the full video. And Twitter? Oh lord. Twitter turned into a courtroom roleplay RPG. Objection. He looked too sexy to be innocent. Sustained. Beyoncé would never. Sidebar. What is a freak-off, and how do I block it from my search history? Within 48 hours, Jay-Z's team reached out to at least 3 media outlets to clarify timeline discrepancies. His name started vanishing from key articles and Reddit threads. Diddy's legal team went full cryptic mode. No statements, no pressers, just pure spooky silence. And yet, the ripple effect was just getting started. Okay, so Jay-Z walked into court and legally obliterated the vibes. He dropped receipts, he denied everything, he protected Beyoncé like she was the final Horcrux. But now, the courtroom's empty, the gavel's cold, and the industry is sweating through its Balenciaga hoodie. Because if Jay-Z can get dragged into this mess, even with a billion-dollar brand, an airtight alibi, and a Google Drive full of timestamps, who's next? Let's talk Fallout, baby. Let's be clear. Jay-Z didn't collapse, but he sure as hell didn't walk out of this untouched. He went into court as the blueprint. He walked out as, well, the case study. The guy who was untouchable, the mogul, the man who survived lemonade without flinching. And now, he's the meme, he's the discourse, he's the was he there too of every brunch conspiracy theory. You cannot say the words Diddy or freak off without Jay-Z's name coming up in the next sentence. And that's legacy poison, no matter how many Grammys you've got collecting dust in the guest wing. If Jay-Z can get dragged into this Diddy disaster via guilt by proximity, then honey, Hollywood's entire Rolodex is on fire. Everyone who's ever attended a Rock Nation brunch started posting weird Instagram stories like, focus on your piece. Just because you were in the room doesn't mean you opened the door. Delete old pics. Start fresh. Meek Mill deleted 14 posts in a single afternoon. Khaled posted a selfie captioned, God did, and then vanished. Even Oprah posted a cryptic quote about watching empires crumble from inside. And over on TikTok, the hashtag number brunchgate hit 11 million views, with theories like, the guest list was a code. Those white suits meant something. The salmon was a metaphor. Someone even dropped a 42-minute deep dive titled, Jay-Z's Rock Nation Brunch, the Cult, the Codes, the Curtains. Was it unhinged? Yes. Was it kind of convincing? Also, yes. Let's talk about the Queen. She said nothing, did nothing, posted nothing, except a few perfectly timed Paris pictures that screamed, we don't know her, Your Honor. And yet, she became the lightning rod. Fans either rallied around her or started asking the unaskable, what did Bey know? And when did she know it? Some Hive members went DEFCON 1. She knew nothing. She's clean. Leave her alone. Others started pulling up old lyrics from Partition and Haunted like they were crime scene clues. Even Stan Twitter couldn't agree. She's the wife of a mogul, not the co-defendant of a scandal. Girl had a seat at the brunch table. She saw something. One viral tweet said, Beyoncé better call Olivia Pope and Annalise Keating, because the Hive can't take another hit. Ouch. Here's where it gets extra shady. Within 3 days, articles naming Jay-Z started disappearing from certain gossip sites. Photos of him at Diddy's events got detagged on Getty. Reddit threads started getting mysteriously locked. Fan pages suddenly rebranding. And let's not forget the PR classic, strategic distraction. Suddenly, Jay-Z was spotted with Blue Ivy at a basketball game. No security, no sunglasses, just dad vibes. Then Beyoncé's Ivy Park account posted a throwback to their Paris anniversary. Just love. No headlines. Oh, you mean the same night Jay was allegedly at the freak-off party? We see the strategy, y'all. We see it. No scandal is complete until TikTok turns into the Illuminati channel trademark. And this one? Oh, it was like a Marvel crossover of unhinged theories. Here's the short list. Jay-Z knew everything but played chess. He saw the empire falling and pulled the emergency chute. Beyoncé is the real puppet master. She orchestrated the testimony so it didn't splash on her. The brunches were coded networking cults. The outfits, the lighting, the guest list. Wake up. The velvet mask guy is a government plant. Honestly, we don't even know anymore. My personal favorite. The Paris trip was a decoy. The real Jay-Z was in Miami, and the Paris pics were AI generated. Girl, touch grass. But also, Send me the thread. Let's be real. Diddy's trial isn't just about Diddy anymore. This is the slow, messy death of an era. The era where NDAs could cover everything, where brunches meant power, where silence meant safety. Jay-Z's testimony kicked open the doors, and now everyone's being looked at sideways. That whole 2000s to 2010s inner circle of hip-hop elites on thin, thin ice. Diddy's trial is ongoing. More names are being whispered, more receipts are allegedly being held, more jaws are waiting to hit the floor. And as the DA said in their cryptic little press release, our investigation extends beyond any one individual. Translation: nobody is safe. Let's finish the freak show. You've had the tea, you've had the receipts. Now it's time for the part where we step over the wreckage in 6-inch heels and whisper, damn, that brunch really did start a war. So here we are, one courtroom, one testimony, and 1,000 careers on life support. Jay-Z came in like a mid-season villain reveal and left like a walking PR hurricane. He said, I was never at the party. And the internet said, sir, we'll be the judge of that. He brought flight logs, security footage, freaking hotel receipts. But instead of clearing his name, he accidentally made it the centerpiece of the scandal table. Because in 2025, it doesn't matter if you were guilty. It matters if you were in the photo. This trial isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's about the whole ecosystem. The brunches, the NDAS, the you had to be there energy that now sounds a lot like you didn't see anything, right? And Jay-Z, he tried to moonwalk out of the blast zone with dignity, a Dior folder and Beyoncé's publicist on speed dial. But the culture said, nice try, King. You still RSVP'd. And let's be real. The jury may take weeks, but TikTok already gave their verdict. Guilty of knowing too damn much. So what's next? Probably more testimonies, more brunch breakdowns, and maybe, just maybe, someone else pulling up with a folder full of, y'all not dragging me into this receipts. But until then, we leave you with this. Always trust your gut. Always check the guest list. And never attend a Diddy party with velvet curtains and a man in a latex mask unless you're ready to testify. Subscribe if you need therapy after that tea. Hit like if you think brunch is canceled. And comment below with your conspiracy theory of choice. Because if this is just the beginning, we might need a whole damn docuseries. Gavel bang, court adjourned, we out.